am going to put a little bit more effort into my videos, even into like, you know, the delivery of my videos. My last video was about impulsive communication, and I feel like that also takes place here and like, you know, in business, where a lot of times I'm just so ready to say something, you know, I don't take my time and really analyze and plan how I'm going to articulate my thoughts. So I am going to, you know, just be a little bit more conscious of what I'm saying and how I'm saying it, to make sure that you can really feel me versus me just thinking that you feel me because I feel me, okay? I'm going to like put a little bit more energy into the background. Now, I do like talking to y'all in the bed. Like, I just feel like it's a bit more personable because, I mean, it's like in my space, like we on FaceTime, like basically. But anyways, so this video is pretty much how I attract money to me. And I know it's like a random topic, but I just noticed there's things that I do strategically to help me increase my finances. And I'm not telling you to do these same exact things, but perhaps you have your own ways that you attract finances and you never implemented those things, relating them and correlating them to like expanding your finances. But it's things that you can do strategically. There are things you can do strategically, and it's like showing God, showing the universe that you deserve income, okay? If that makes sense. Hope I didn't lose you. So one of the first things that I do when I'm not where I want to be financially, it sounds crazy, but I will spend money to go wash my car. Or I will spend money to go buy cleaning products. Oh, and I am looking on my computer because I want to articulate my thoughts and I don't want to forget things and then upload it and be like, damn, I should have said this. So I am looking at my computer. Okay, so wash my car. I just feel like when I go and spend the money to wash my car, to clean it out, to get it looking spiffy on the outside, and then to just have it organized in the inside, to get all the little sticky spots up, I just feel like it's acknowledging that this is an asset that I have. Like, this is something that God blessed me with, and if I take care of it, even when I have little to nothing, I feel like God just grants me, like, it's like he sees that I'm taking care of the things that I have right now and he sends me more. Same thing with cleaning my house. I'll go to Walmart and like I just found what is it, Mr. Clean, Clean Freak, and it smells so good. But I'll go and just spend money on candles and, you know, different things to get my house in a way to where if I don't want to leave the house, I can just stay in the house, and to where it's still nurturing like my environment. And I just feel like God instantly noticed that I'm taking care of what I already have on my plate, and he like money just comes to me quickly when I do those type of things. It's like God notices that I'm appreciating and upkeeping the blessings that I already have, you know. Something else is I embrace things that are free. So like today is Tuesday, T-Mobile Tuesday. The other week it was like 40% off on, well, that's not necessarily free, but 40% off on Reebok, and then it was like a $3 off at Checkers, and then 10 free prints on Walgreens. Just embracing those free things. I have this habit of going to drive-thrus and getting daiquiris, but there's been times where I've been really, really broke, and instead of going to go get a daiquiri, I will humble myself, and it's something that you can go to any drive-thru, any fast food drive-thru, and get this free. Do you know what it is? A cup of water. So I would still drive, you know, to different sides of the city, and then I would, even though I guess I'm spending money on gas, but even if I just go up the street just to get out the house and to get me a water, I just think it's awesome that in America, like, because I don't know about other places and if they do offer free water like that, but I think it's awesome that it don't matter if you go to Chick-fil-A or McDonald's. If you ask for a water, 9 times out of 10, they're going to give it to you free. Unless you asking for like the fancy ice and stuff like that. That's a little bit different. But I take advantage of those things when I'm broke, or, you know, if I really have like a goal in mind and I'm at my budget, like I can't exceed anymore. I like to embrace those type of things. Going to the park, embracing nature, like doing things, still being active and showing, you know, God, that just because I don't have money doesn't mean, or the amount of money that I want doesn't mean that I'm just going to sit and be still and let life pass me by. Like, there are still things that we can take advantage of that are free. You don't have to drive all the way to the southwest side if you stay in the north side of Houston, But even just driving to Chick-fil-A and getting you a free water, getting out the house, putting on some makeup to do so, or walking into Chick-fil-A and not spending because it's free, but getting you a cup of water, like, I just think it's a way of showing God that it like demonstrates gratitude. Like, even with little, I'm still gonna embrace this time. And I feel like when I do those type of things, money comes to me easily. I also like to look up free educational guides. So like or free resources that contribute to learning a skill or increasing my income. And I feel like doing that, or for instance, there's been times where I've even spent my last like on a class or whatever, and I just feel like doing that, I automatically always receive like an instant return. I remember not this past New Year's, but the New Year's before last, I was on Glam University Instagram, and she had like a bundle for, I think it was like $10 bundles, and I had just spent, I was on her website just buying, and literally I had 4 people book appointments and 1 paid me in full right after I paid for the course. So I feel like me showing God that, like, even with a little bit, I'm still going to invest in myself. I'm still going to believe in myself. I'm still going to not point the finger at everybody else about why I am where I am, but I'm going to try to go harder if I got to take this course. But even if you have absolutely nothing, there are all types of resources on, I don't know why I'm sorry, y'all. There's a lot of resources like on Eventbrite, free, especially with COVID, that are virtual, that you can take, embrace. You have absolutely nothing in your pocket. Why not try to enhance your skills or try to learn something that you don't know, so that when it is time, to have a little change, you can know how to really, flip it or whatever, you're about. So something that I have noted here is a lot of times we're not where we want to be financially, and it puts us in a funk, and we have a pity party instead of pushing us into productivity mode. How do I never get here again? How do I, go a little bit harder? What can I learn to make sure that I do meet these amount of sales? What can I do to improve my craft so that when sales do come, I can make sure that I'm executing 110%? Like, I just feel like showing that attitude, it automatically makes money come to you. Like, that's just been my experience. I'm also brutally honest about my finances. So when I notice that I don't have much to spend, like, it's almost like I had to change my definition of broke. My definition of broke used to be $0. So when I would get to zero, I would be like, dang, like, I gotta hustle. Like, it's real out here. And I remember I was in college, and I would literally, as long as I had gas money, enough money for, my class stuff, and enough money to eat while I was at school or whatever, that was enough for me. But then it got to the point to where I started saying, okay, when I get to $1,000, I'm uncomfortable. That is broke for me. And it's like when I start making those milestones and planning and really being brutally honest about my finances, like, okay, you got to pay about $3,000 a month. So you need to make sure that, you're saving here and you're not spending this. I feel like when I really step out of comfort in my financial situation and make myself uncomfortable, to make myself set up boundaries and to just get really realistic financially, I feel like money starts coming to me way easier. And then I feel like when the money does come there, my whole mindset is changed about what I'm going to spend the money on, because now I am in this uncomfortable state, and $0 isn't enough for me. $1,000 isn't enough for me. $5,000 in my savings isn't enough for me. I need to have this or I'm on edge. You know what I'm saying? So to really be brutally honest about your finances and to reevaluate your expenses, looking at, okay, do I need YouTube Premium this month? Looking at, like, for me, I spend a lot on my platform, so my website and email marketing and stuff. Maybe one month I want to knock it down, just figuring out everything that I could save on. Instead of spending $45 on a subscription, can I do $25 and I have all of the fancy extra stuff? Just figuring out what's really a need and what's just extra. And then also, some people say profit first, and typically I do agree, because you want to take that profit. A lot of times we're just working. We're working so much to pay bills, and we never get to profit and flip the profit. However, financially, whenever I don't feel comfortable, I like to just pay things up. So, and I feel like I'm instantly rewarded for them. So for instance, if I have an extra $50, I'll pay up my phone bill. So it's like, okay, 50 and 50, I'm good for 2 months. And then I can, pay down some other things. And it just helps me feel a little bit more comfortable, because if I do ever get into financial turmoil, or if I am somewhere where I don't have it to spend, or I don't feel like my safety net is strong enough, then I know that, okay, this is paid up. At least I don't have to worry about that. I can deduct that from my monthly expense. Like, I just know that if I do those things, it takes like the burden every month off, and I can make sure that I'm kind of ahead. So if I do want to profit first one month, I have wiggle room, and I don't feel like I'm on edge and somebody's gonna come evict me or turn off my phone, or anything like that. So those are just things that I do when I'm financially feeling some type of way. If I'm not where I want to be, if I'm absolutely broke, like I've used those when I was absolutely broke. I've used those when I ran through my savings. I've used those when I had a full savings, but just didn't want to go past a certain amount in spending. So I hope that you can either relate, or you can think about some of the things that you do and how God instantly just attracts money to you for doing those things. And I feel like handling your business, investing in yourself, all of those things, like God is going to reward you for. Even God is going to reward you for doing, especially like in a period of pressure. When you under pressure, if you could still invest in yourself, if you could still believe in yourself, if you could still take care of the things that you have, God will definitely send a return. Okay.